Imagine this. You're sitting in your room late at night, scrolling through your phone. The glow of the screen feels harmless, comforting even. You think you're in control, that your digital life is private, but the truth is far darker. Right now, as you watch this, your phone is quietly recording where you've been, who you've spoken to, how long you spent at each place, and what you typed just moments ago. Without realizing it, the apps you trust most, the ones you use every single day, are building a secret profile of you, so accurate it knows your habits, your desires, your fears, and sometimes even what you're going to do next. And here's the shocking part. These apps aren't shady tools from the dark web. They're the same everyday apps downloaded by billions of people across the globe. Apps you and I use without thinking twice. Tonight, we're going to pull back the curtain on 10 of the most common apps that secretly track you. Some of them may surprise you, some may terrify you, but one thing is certain. After watching this, you'll never look at your phone the same way again. Let's begin with something innocent. Weather apps. You install them just to check if it's going to rain tomorrow. But behind the bright icons and cheerful forecasts, many of these apps are tracking your every step. In 2019, one of the most popular weather apps in the United States was caught selling precise GPS data to advertisers and data brokers. This wasn't just city-level tracking. It was pinpoint accurate, sometimes down to your exact home address. Think about what that means. If you check the weather every morning before leaving for work, the app knows your home location. If you check it again when you arrive at the office, now it knows where you work. Over time, it builds a complete record of your movements day by day. And once this data is sold, companies can predict your routines, your habits, even your health. If you regularly spend time at a hospital, that information can be sold to pharmaceutical companies or insurers. If you visit a certain religious building every weekend, that's recorded too. Something as harmless as checking the weather has become one of the most effective ways to spy on your life. Now, let's go back to the early days of smartphones. Millions of people downloaded free flashlight apps. What could be more harmless than a flashlight? But behind the glow, there was a darker truth. Many of these flashlight apps demanded bizarre permission, access to your contact, your microphone, even your messages. Why would a flashlight need to read your text? Because these apps weren't just lighting your path. They were stealing your data. One of the most downloaded flashlight apps on the Google Play Store was exposed as outright malware. It was secretly transmitting user information to remote servers. Think about the absurdity here. People gave away their private information in exchange for a feature that was already built into their phones. Even today, shady flashlight apps exist under innocent-sounding names. They may look harmless, but in reality, they are digital Trojan horses designed to harvest your information. It's a perfect example of how convenience blinds us to danger. But some apps are more sinister because they pretend to protect you. I'm talking about free VPNs. VPNs are supposed to safeguard your privacy by encrypting your data and hiding your identity. But many free VPNs do the opposite. Running servers around the world is expensive. So how do free VPNs make money? By logging your activity and selling it. Instead of shielding you, they become your biggest threat. In fact, studies have shown that over 30% of free VPNs actively track their users. Some have been found to contain spyware or malware. Imagine downloading a VPN to stay safe from hackers, only to realize the VPN itself is the hacker. And the irony is cruel. People who care about privacy are often the ones most at risk because they place their trust in the very apps designed to exploit them. The harsh truth is that privacy is rarely free. If a VPN is free, it's probably not protecting you. It's profiting from you. Now let's talk about children's games. What could be more innocent than a child playing a cartoon game on a tablet? Parents see bright colors, funny characters, cheerful music. But in 2018, regulators discovered dozens of children's apps were illegally collecting sensitive data, voice samples, device IDs, and behavioral patterns from millions of kids. Parents had no idea, Children don't understand permission. They just click allow to start playing. And with that one tap, a stranger could begin building a digital profile of them, what toys they like, how often they play, even where they are. This isn't just creepy, it's dangerous. Children are the easiest targets because they can't consent or protect themselves. And yet, hidden behind innocent games, companies quietly harvest their data, shaping digital profiles before these kids are even old enough to realize what privacy means. But if you think this problem is limited to shady apps, think again. Some of the world's biggest companies are the worst offenders. Let's start with Facebook. With nearly 3 billion users, Facebook has been described as one of the largest surveillance companies in history. The 2018 Cambridge Analytica scandal revealed that data from millions of Facebook users had been harvested without their knowledge and used to manipulate elections. Think about that. The posts you liked, the quizzes you took, the friends you added, all that data became a weapon used to influence political outcome. And the tracking doesn't stop when you close the app. Facebook uses invisible pixels embedded across thousands of websites to follow you around the internet, even if you don't have an account. That's right, even people who've never signed up for Facebook are still being tracked by Facebook. The terrifying truth is simple. Facebook probably knows more about you than your closest friends or family do. Now let's move to Instagram, owned by the same parent company. Instagram isn't just about sharing photos and stories. It's about watching you, how long you stare at a picture, what kind of videos you replay, what catches your attention, what makes you jealous, what makes you want to buy. Over time, Instagram builds a psychological profile of you. It knows your desires, your insecurities, your habits. Advertisers pay enormous amounts of money to use this knowledge against you. Even worse, Instagram is designed to be addictive. Every notification, every scroll, every like is engineered to release dopamine in your brain, keeping you hooked. You're not just scrolling through a feed, you're being studied, manipulated, and monetized every second you use the app. Few apps, however, have caused as much controversy as TikTok. With over 1 billion users worldwide, TikTok has been accused of collecting an alarming amount of data. In 2020, researchers discovered that TikTok was secretly reading the contents of people's clipboards. That means if you copied a password, a private message, or even sensitive banking details, TikTok potentially had access to it. Governments around the world have expressed concern about where this data is going, with fears that it could be shared with foreign authority. In several countries, TikTok has even faced outright bans. But here's the real kicker. TikTok doesn't just collect your data, it shapes your behavior. Its algorithm learns what you watch, what you skip, how long you linger on a video, and then floods your feed with content designed to keep you scrolling for hours. It's not just entertainment, it's behavioral engineering. Then there's Google Maps, one of the most useful apps in the world, but convenience comes with a price. Google Maps records your location with frightening accuracy, often down to the exact minute. Even if you delete your history, the data is often still stored on Google servers. This means Google can reconstruct your life's movements, where you live, where you work, who you visit, how often you travel, what routes you take. In fact, in several criminal investigations, Google location data has been used as evidence to place suspects at the scene. That might sound like justice, but think about the implications. If Google can tell investigators where you were on a specific night, it means Google already knew, whether you realized it or not. Snapchat might seem less serious, more playful, with disappearing photos and goofy filters. But behind the fun lies another layer of surveillance. Snapchat's Snap Map feature allows friends to see your exact location in real time. For many, this is harmless fun. But for others, it has led to stalking, harassment, and danger. Beyond location, Snapchat monitors how you interact with stories, how often you rewatch content, what ads you engage with. Just like the others, it's not just a fun app, it's a machine designed to study you. And then there's the ultimate tracker, Google itself. Google search logs every query you type. Gmail scans your emails for keywords. YouTube records every video you watch. how long you watch, when you pause, when you skip. All of this is used to build a detailed profile of you that is more accurate than any government database. Advertisers pay billions to access this profile. Google doesn't just know what you've done, it can often predict what you're going to do next. Google isn't just a company, it's one of the most powerful surveillance networks in human history, and we invited it into our lives willingly. These 10 apps, from simple tools like weather checkers to the most powerful tech giants on Earth, are part of a vast, invisible system of surveillance. We trust them, we rely on them, but behind the screen, they are building a mirror version of us, an invisible digital double that knows us better than we know ourselves. They know where we go, who we talk to, what we buy, what we fear, and what we desire. This data is sold, traded, and weaponized every single day. It decides what ads you see, what news you're exposed to, even how you think about the world. Privacy isn't dead, but it's under constant attack every time we pick up our phones. So, what can you do? Awareness is the first step. Limit permissions. Question why an app needs the data it's asking for. Choose paid tools over free ones when privacy is at stake. Most importantly, never forget the golden rule. If the app is free, you're not the customer, you're the product.